Welcome to day 2 of spiritual upgrade. Wow, here we go. I've got notes galore, and if you are here on the replay, hashtag replay, pop it down below. Let me know. There's points for participation. Showing up for yourself, you'll be rewarded greatly in many ways, but you'll also be potentially rewarded by me or one of my mediums and receive some freebies. So, holy moly, how are we feeling? We're on the 2nd of July here in New Zealand, and I am excited to talk to you guys today of mediumship. Okay, so this is a little empowerment mini training. If you're jumping on the live, come and say hello. I can't see any comments yet. Sometimes they a little bit so. Oh, internet's a little bit dodgy too. We're going to make it through. We're going to make it through. Persistence, audacity to stick to goals, to see things through, creates massive amounts of abundance in every part of your life, whether it's in your spiritual reality, whether it's in your financial reality, or within your relationships within your body. Okay, so whatever you do, when you put persistence, when you put full focus into what you're doing and you've got stickability, you will be greatly rewarded. So pat yourself on the back for showing up today, whether you're on the replay or on the live. Hey, Jessica, everyone who's jumping on, come and say hello. Of course, we've got a guide section on, I can see everybody's jumping on now. Hey, Sarah. Hey, Emma. We've got a guide section in this Facebook page, and in the guide section, which you should be able to find in the top right hand corner, if you click on the little 3 lines, it should come up with guides. I'm not sure what your cell phone or your computer's like, but in the guide section is where we will have our replays, and you can go back at any time. So if you do join friends in, they can go back and watch any of the days. There is no particular order in how I'm creating this challenge with the content that is being created. So it's a very non-linear process, but the stickability and the challenge is to show up daily. It's to listen to the trainings. It's to really upgrade yourself spiritually, also physically and mentally, okay? We're a holistic approach. Hello, Lisa, Sherry. Hello, Pauline. How are we all today? I am so excited to be here. So, why am I starting off with the mistaken beliefs about mediumship? Okay, so in day 1, which was yesterday, it was more of an introduction of why we're doing this. I was inviting you to share because, of course, community is everything. Talked a little bit about me and my experience, but I also invited you to make a commitment. Make yourself a commitment of what you are going to accomplish in July. Not 10 or 20 or 30 or 50 goals. 1. Maybe that's showing up to this every single day. Maybe it's doing yoga every single day for 31 days. Maybe it's selling in your DMs, like on your Facebook stories, or like showing up in your communities every single day. Maybe it's eating well or cutting coffee or doing dry July. Whatever you do, it's really important to do. One of my gyms is looking after me, one of my goals. So I love it, okay? So we've got all different types of goals, but you need to have the one keystone goal that you are going to stick to. Why? Because it creates dopamine when you're succeeding. It creates this quick win mentality, and every part of your life starts upgrading. This is called spiritual upgrading. Okay. Hey, Lulu. Alrighty, my loves. So, mistaken beliefs about mediumship. You were born with it or not. It has to be in the family. That's a mistaken belief, and I have heard mediums, and I've actually been trolled by old school mediums that have said, nope, you have it or you don't, right? So there's a lot of fakes out there. Now, if we're looking at fakes, if we are accusing people of being fake or saying you've got to be born with it or not, it's pure ego, because we're all spiritual beings. So the whole fear busting is like, I'm talking about the fear busting today because I want to talk about the psychology about mediumship. Mediumship is nuanced, okay? Meaning there's so many different layers when it comes to mediumship. It's not just about talking to dead people or reading oracle cards. It's about being spirit. It's about knowing spirit. It's about knowing that you are spirit and spirit is you. So there's no pedestaling. There's no, that person's a medium, they've been doing it for 20 years, so they're better than me, or they were born with it, or there's a whole lot of fraudulism. So pop it down below. How do you feel about mediumship? Do you feel like, oh yeah, everyone can be a medium? Or do you kind of think, oh yeah, I kind of agree with that. You've got to be born with it, or it's got to be in the family. Now, my great grandmother, she was definitely a medium. She was very churchy, so never used that word, but she saw spirit. She heard spirit. She had dreams like my whole family does. Does that make me a medium over you because maybe you haven't had it in your family, or maybe you have had it in your family? I am a medium. Yes, put that down below. Let's all follow Sherry, guys. I am a medium. I actually want you to claim that right now. Thank you, Sherry. Pop it down below. This is something I do in MM as well. I'm like, I am a magnificent medium. Come on, let's start creating it. Okay, so pop it down below. I am a medium. Let's go. Mistaken belief that you're born with it or you're not. It has to be in the family. Bullshit. That's not real. I didn't, and then we've got to look for evidence, right? The brain wants evidence. I didn't start doing my mediumship until I was 33. I didn't even acknowledge spirit was talking to me until I was 33. I didn't even have a deck of oracle cards until I was 33, right? I'm a medium, I'm a medium, I'm a medium, I'm a medium, I'm a magnificent medium. Yeah, you've done magnificent mediumship. Put I'm a magnificent medium down below, okay? I want to see who's done magnificent mediumship already. Our next round is in September. I'm so freaking excited. Okay. It's just not true. It's actually, this is called bypassing. It's kind of like, oh, yeah, no. No, I'm just ignore all the things that happen around me because they're not loud enough, they're not bright enough. I'm not seeing spirit right in front of my face. Mediums see spirit right in front of their face. Bullshit. Mediums often don't. Mediums see it in their third eye mostly. Okay, some people with their eyes. I have one sister who sees with her eyes. I have another sister that sees in her head. I see in my head. I'm a magnificent medium. I'm a medium. Yeah, you are. Okay, so number 2, you have one clear. Oh, I'm clairvoyant. I'm claircognient. I'm clairaudient. I'm clear whatever. I really don't care too much about the clears. I am a medium who is everything. Now, one of the mistaken beliefs about mediumship, I've got this one and another one I want to share with you. So you have one clear. Like, yes, you may have a predominant clear. Now, how do I explain this? So you've got a whole entire body, right? And if you go to the gym and you're only working your legs and the leg press and doing your squats and whatever, you're going to get strong legs. And, you know, I had really weak shoulders because I headdressed and I had my arms up like this. So I have really weak shoulders. I didn't work that a lot. So if we're looking at the clears, if we're really focusing on our eyesight or like our third eye clear, our clairvoyancy, looking and seeing, and we're ignoring everything that we could be hearing, it's like the difference between ignoring doing the upper body workout and the lower body workout, okay? So when people come into my programs, I'm like, oh, so you naturally can see really well, or you can actually hear, or you naturally know, or you can naturally sense. It doesn't mean that you're just that. It just means you've been working those muscles more. So we are clear everything, okay? We are a whole sensatory spiritual being, and connecting into spirit and being mediums is our second nature. It's actually our first nature. But because we're so good at this, because it is actually our natural nature, the systems at B, the powers at B in the system, in the 3D reality, have actually put us, I'm not a clear, I'm Emma, 1000%. And ironically, Emma, of course, the first person who came through to teach me how to do mediumship, her name was Emma, and she was spirit. She taught me better than any fucking human I ever met, right? Okay, so I've got one clear. I'm clairvoyant. I'm clairaudient. I'm clairsentient. I'm claircognient. You are everything. You are spirit. Okay. So first one, are you born? Do you have to be born with it? Does it have to be in the family? No. because you are a medium already. Mediumship has got many different nuances. The second one, you have one clear. No, you don't. You are an infinite being with many different senses. It's just, what are you focusing on? When you're at the gym, are you focusing on the legs, or are you doing an all over body thing, right? It's like always grounding in the chakra system, always grounding, being really, really grounded, but never working on these higher ones, never doing the traveling and the galactic stuff or the connecting to spirit. You may be more closed up here. What are you focusing on, right? Okay, so you are all clears and you're all mediums, all right? Second of all, you need to be God-fearing and do not dabble. Now, have I seen people go crazy and be possessed? Absolutely. I see people possessed all the day, every day. It's just a sliding scale on whether it's covert possessed or whether they're outwardly kind of crazy possessed, right? But what I want to say about this is there anything to fear? No, not if you're in your power. So in another one of the days, I'm going to talk about protection. I'm going to talk about how you can be greatly protected and what you should do before you go ahead and do readings. Is this about being afraid of dark energies? Or nope, it's the complete opposite. This is what I want you guys to understand today, and I want you to write this down. Everything that you've been told is probably the truth is probably the opposite. So you're told you've got to be, you have to have mediumship in your family. You've got to be born with it. You've got to be like Tyler Henry. You've got to be like people who could just see things straight away. No, that is the minority. But the majority is psychic mediums. But we've forgotten how to do it because we started focusing on our ABCs and our 1, 2, 3s. So everything that we get told, the opposite is usually true. So for instance, I'm clairvoyant, I'm this, I'm that. No, you are everything. Everyone is a freaking medium. And this is why when people come to me and they jump on a sales call with me to see if they're a fit for MM, I'm like, the truth is, do you want to do it or not? Because I know you're a medium. The truth is, do we get along well as an energetic match for me to be your coach? They're the questions. The question isn't, are you a medium? Because I know that you are, because I can see you, right? Okay, thank you. That's what holds me back. Fear of attachment and opening portals. We go into this deeply in MM. I'm going to touch on this in this 31-day challenge, so stay tuned. What are you afraid of, okay? So pop it down below since we're on this fear-busting conversation, okay? You need to be God-fearing. We hear this in movies. I hear that and I'm like, oh, they're just plugging me in. They're implanting me. Whoop. Program. God-fearing. He's a God-fearing man. He's a good Christian man. Okay, no judgment on anybody else then, right? So we're told not to dabble, but how the fudge knuckles are we supposed to experiment and experience different things if we don't get our hands dirty? So as a 3-5 in human design, my hands get dirty. I play with different types of beings all the time. I go to the bush, the forest, the woods, whatever you guys call it, overseas, over opposite end of me, the UK and the US. And I go play with the pixies and the trolls and the fairies and the tree collectors and the children collectives and all sorts of things. Afraid I'm not doing it right. Exactly. Okay. That's the fear of failure. That's the fear of failure. Okay. So you need to be God-fearing and not dabble. Okay, well, if you want to stay mediocre and stay small and never want to live your life, or if you've got rejection wounds, like, I don't want to get it wrong, right? That fear is actually not real because you were taught that in the system. Sit down, Tommy, and be good. Don't be like him, he's bad. Be like him because he's good. Fit in, don't be too loud. Sit with your legs crossed and your arms crossed and stay still like a statue for hours on the mat while you are learning how to be programmed by reading this book. Right, reading is great, don't get me wrong. But what about our wands? What about frickin' Harry Potter? What about actually understanding there's so many entities and we can see in here, not just in here, okay? The biggest thing I teach in Magnificent Mediumship is get no's. No's are great. I'm like, yes, thank you for that no. Oh, yeah, thank you for that yes. Oh, thank you for that no. Like, I have no discrimination on no's and yeses. A no is great because it gets me closer to the next part of my reading. A yes is great because it gets me closer to the next part of my reading. I have no discrimination on what those are. Okay. So do you need to be God-fearing? Do you need to not dabble? What are you afraid of? That's the biggest question. Are you afraid of getting it wrong? Are you afraid that you're going to go to hell? Are you afraid of being judged by humans around you for being too weird? My mum used to say, oh, she went a bit weird. She went a bit too far, right? Or she left the church. Now she's gone to a hallelujah church. Like, I love my mum, but holy shit, does my mum dabble? No. No way. Does she pray for my soul every night? I would definitely 1,000% say yes. Okay, I feel like I'm a totally different person now. I know that it's showing up to amazing things like this, and opening myself to a community is the key. I'm so excited. I know I'm so excited, and so many of you are coming to MM in September, and we get to dive deeper even. I'm at the stage where it's quite lonely journey trying to understand it all and what's coming through for me from my higher self. And a lot of people come into, we'll talk about that in in days ahead, that it's like I feel lonely, and I felt the same way. It's why community is so important right now. When I first started this, I was just like, oh my goodness, where's all my people? You know, I don't understand. I was in church. I was in this kind of indoctrinated into this system. And then I joined this cult, and I didn't know it was a cult in the name of consciousness. And now I'm just like, I have so many Christians that come to me and do my mediumship programs, okay? Because once we get rid of the fear, once we get rid of these mistaken beliefs, they realize that they are a power. And the biggest fear people have is their egos are going to get so big, they're going to lose themselves. They often go, but what if I'm successful? What if I lose myself? I don't want to lose myself. And that there's a mistaken belief. With mediumship, we've been told you'll lose yourself, you will die, you will hang, someone will tell on you. And all of these are all subconscious because of the sisterhood wound, because of what our grandmothers, our great-grandmothers, our great-great-grandmothers had to endure. Okay, so that's a witch wound. We're doing that on another day as well. So you're born with it or you're not. It has to be in the family. Bullshit. You're a medium, right? If you haven't written it down, I'm a medium yet, do it. Okay. You have one clear. No, you don't. You've got all the clear senses. Sometimes we need a personal trainer to help build those muscles. Okay. Judgment is a piece of my fear. 1,000%, because you've been like literally trained to feel judgment of other people. Stay small. And, you know, I love you, Jess, and, you know, I've known you for, I don't know, like 20 years or something crazy like that. And, it's like, big personalities with big ambitious goals, with defined egos, defined heart center and human design. People are like, simmer down. Don't be too pretty. Don't be too bright. Don't be too rich. Don't be too successful. You can't be psychic as well, you know. And it's not real. Yes, I'm a medium. is my goal, manifesting. Okay, so whenever someone says I'm manifesting to win lottery, you are actually, and we're going to do a manifesting day as well, you are actually not taking ownership of what you're choosing and what you want to do. So my husband and I made a decision. We were like, we're not going to win lotto. Because winning lotto is manifesting, right? People often say, I am going to manifest lotto. This is just a side thing because I love this conversation about lotto, because I was like the full-blown lotto person. I was like, lotto, lotto, lotto. And Bashar says that it's not about actually going and trying to figure out the winning numbers. It's about creating them and becoming an energetic match. So what else is possible? For instance, you say you want to do MM, so you want to win lotto. You don't want to fucking win lotto. Money's got nothing to do with it. It's like, well, how can I do this? Rather than when I can do this, it's how can I do it? And how can I create this now? And how can I take a step towards this? Okay, so showing up every day is a really good freaking start. And we never look back and go, how much did that thing cost? So a lot of people who've done M will be like, I don't even know how much it costs. I can't even remember. But the experience stays with us forever. Okay, so I love it when people bring up the lotto thing, because I'm like, my friend used to say all the time, when I win lotto, when I win, I'm like, you're going to say that until you die. It's like, I'm going to become an energetic match for what I'm choosing, and it's going to happen. And usually there's some type of payment plan or some type of scholarship or some type of something. And I just go, tell me how much it is, I'm going to go find that money. And I found 10K in full over and over and over again to pay my coaches when I couldn't even afford a coffee. We'll keep that for Manifestation Day. Okay, so keep bringing things down because we do little hot spot coaching. To keep an eye on the time, I've got a 2-hour mastermind call with my group soon. Has this been helpful for you guys? Are you like enjoying this? I want to have this conversation about fear. So pop it in the chat box, pop it in the group if you want coaching on this. Oh yes, Sarah, you're doing it. It's so good. I'll talk about that another time, but oh my God, we're going to have so many repeaters because what we're doing in MM this time in September is next level. Okay. And Shells, you're doing it too. Okay. You don't need to be God-fearing. I'm sorry. But if God was an all-loving God, why would we fear? I will punish you because I love you. No wonder everyone used to smack the shit out of their children and punish them and beat them and whip them and hurt their woman, keep them submissive, keep them in fear. I was shit scared of my dad. Absolutely shit scared of him. I loved him. Don't get me wrong. He didn't need to hit me because I was so scared of him because I knew he would hit me if I pushed him too hard. So I was a good girl. And I wasn't able to have fun and play and tease and roll around. I had a fist in my head a couple of times. Do you really think God wants you to fear him? You know, a lot of Christians, not all Christians, because we probably have a whole lot of Christians here too. I don't call myself anything. I don't even really call myself spiritual. I think it's a way of living and being. Here's the thing about Christians, some Christians, okay? The problem is they believe you're a born sinner. So the minute you were born, you were told you were wrong. But you're perfect. I've got to define explain too, Jessica. We don't have to lose all fear. It's how we use it. I use fear and excitement. I'm so excited. Can you tell I'm actually shitting myself? What have I done? What am I committing to here? It's the same frickin' frequency. How am I going to use it? I'm going to use it for excitement. Am I going to turn that excitement into anxiety? The fear, I don't give a fuck if you've got a defined spleen or not. I'm going to utilize all those senses. I'm going to utilize that fear of exploding and expanding. And I don't have my diary here, but I wrote yesterday, I am absolutely scared of doing whatever I'm doing. I want 1,000 people in this group. We've got 145. Pretty freaking good. I'm super excited. We'll talk about gratitude. We'll talk about manifesting. We'll talk about money. We'll talk about practices. We'll talk about light language. We're going to talk about everything, right? We'll do oracle card readings. There's going to be prizes. I'm going to invite you to share. But nothing. My human design, my upbringing, the fact that I was told I was a born sinner, the fact that I've had the upbringing I've had or whatever, nothing is going to stop me from succeeding. Using excuses or I'm going to wait for a lotto or maybe one day when I retire, all of that's programming. None of it's real. So it's not your fault, right? I literally, even human design, don't get too indoctrinated into anything. I'm a projector, but I can still have a 16-hour day, right? I can still show up and then I might actually go hibernate for 4 days. But if I let other people's rules and regulations stop me, I won't succeed to my capacity. So I get to create my own design. I get to create my own lifestyle. And the systems have been put in to either control us or to help us have more ease. So the church systems and all of that stuff, well, that was really good because I think human beings needed reining in. They were killing each other a lot, and the patriarch and the hierarchies and stuff are shit. I don't agree with them. But there's a reason for everything. Okay, fear versus love. Can we love and be in fear? Yes. we can. Now, if you asked Victoria 5 years ago, I would have been teaching fear and love don't coexist at the same time. But I often am, I'm afraid of my future because my future is so big. But my desire and my passion to create more for so many people is so much bigger than my fear. So my love will conquer the fear, but they actually are next to each other. So I bring everything into a creation. So bring this energy in while you are reading. Bring this energy in of like, oh my God, the demon's going to get me. Like, I'm like, are you kidding? No, it's my reality. I get to write it. I'm the writer, the director, the producer, and the freaking actor. And I want 1,000 people in here. And I want you to take something from today and go share it with a friend. Okay, whether they join here or not. I'm here for the impact. I'm here for the expansion. I'm here so you know that everyone can be a medium. Yes. Okay. Alrighty. How is this feeling for you guys? How's it feeling? Now, this is all about fear, and I want you to sit with the energy of the mistaken beliefs and the fear, and what has been coming up. Where are your limitations? Where are you not playing? Okay, so I'm going to invite you this whole 31 days to show up, to shine. I want you to do lives. I want you to scary, exciting, yes! There's so much more to come. We have just begun, and if you know me, you know I go, we're going to be here for 5 minutes, and we literally do full-blown training sessions. Okay, I've got about 5 minutes for my 2-hour master class, so I'm in mastermind calls. So they are mistaken beliefs. If you do have any questions and you want to pick my brain, or anybody else that's in here, or Team Victoria Bond, we've got my whole team here as well, pop questions into the chat box. There is a question thread underneath the guides. You can ask questions, and myself or Kimberly will come in. We've got a couple of other mediums that are jumping in. I don't know you, but Spirit sent me here. So hi Lisa. That often happens. It's quite normal. I'm going to invite you to step forward and be seen and take a seat at the table and have a fucking voice. There is no hierarchy. There is no medium that is better than you, that is above you. Every single person has a genius. At 33 years old, I woke up and realized I was a medium, and realized I was here to teach this and to bring this to everyday people, because everyday people are our extraordinary people. I just got a rainbow. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Now, we're going to be popping a graphic into this group, and boomerangs, screenshots, tagging me, and also using the little graphics, spiritual upgrading. Pop them on your Facebook pages, pop them on your stories, invite your friends. There should be a little share button somewhere in this group. Invite 10 friends, okay? At the end of every week, we're going to send you out an email with a little form that you can tick, and we're going to gather points, and you're going to go into the draw to win a reading with myself, or my sister is doing one. My sister is a medium as well, and she's quite well known in New Zealand at the moment. Everyone's just like, getting a reading with her is just like a buzz. And we've got so many spot prizes, 31 days together, and then we've just got so many more things that are still going to keep coming. So just know, my keystone goal is learning to overcome the fear and putting myself out there and recording videos, doing lives, and it scares the shit out of me. So what I want you to do, Lulu, is I want you to create a measurable goal. So those of you that haven't checked out day 1, go check that out, because we want a measurable goal that you can look at. It's in your diary, and you can look at it at the end of the 31 days and go, holy shit, I did that. And actually I exceeded that. And I got all these other things because of it. Okay, I'm going to love you and leave you, because I've got my spiritual mastermind, spiritual business mastermind, where it's going to be a 2-hour deep dive. I'm so excited. And I'm going to be traveling. I'm probably be putting pictures up as well of my experience. So you're going to see me in different spaces over the next few days. Oh, Sherry, I love you. And let's share. Let's take a seat at the table. Let's come together as a calibration, as a co-creation. When we come into something to give, not just to extract, we've got this energy exchange, and we just dance. The feminine and the masculine come together. We have all got different geniuses. There is no comparing. Comparing does not work. It's not real. It's also another mistaken belief of mediumship, okay? We are all mediums. And if you haven't popped it down below, pop it down. I am a medium. I am ready, okay? This is just a taster of what happens in the MM, but this is going to be life-changing, and I will talk to you guys soon.